Howdy do, folks. I was just live, but fuck it. I ain't like it. But I hit this topic in that live that made me want to do this one. So here we go. But black people in politics, the black community in politics, in my opinion, the black community will always fail in politics as a whole because, my opinion, black people don't think about politics and move in the political realm with the proper know-how. Basically, black people will make a political decision based on how they feel about what's going on. For example, when it came to Donald Trump and Joe Biden, black people, and I was saying it back then, and I was saying, and I'm going to continue to say it, black people did the most dumbest shit in the world by voting for Joe Biden. Now, there's a lot of things wrong with that simple sentence. Black people did some bozo shit by voting for Joe Biden. The first bozo shit that happened is the fact that, and I'm going to speak in past tense, that in 2020, black people still don't understand how the presidential voting system works. Still don't understand it. Black people still believe the popular vote picks the fucking president. They still believe that because that's what they were taught by their peoples, their parents, most, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm not sorry to say this, but you were taught wrong, but it wasn't on purpose. It was because your peoples was taught wrong, and it wasn't on purpose. To a degree, the government, in my opinion, when it came to the presidential election and black people, they kind of lied. They omitted, they failed to tell people en masse that the popular vote, when it comes to the presidential election, does not pick the president, nor does it have any influence. But that was in the beginning. In 2020, there's no reason why a black person who is of voting age does not know how the presidential voting system works. There's no excuse for that. In 2020, we had iPhone 5s, Android, Galaxy Android 8s, and shit like that. There's no reason black people still don't know this information. There's no reason. But yet, here we are. Here we are. And this is what I mean by black people in politics fuck up all the time because they use their emotions and not their fucking brains. If black people would stop being fucking emotional when it comes to politics, which is a bad fucking thing to do anyway, stop being so fucking emotional, you will realize that Every 4 years, they lie to the people. Every 4 years, they lie to them. In 2016, they said we need to get out there and vote so Donald Trump doesn't become the president. Black people need to get out there and vote. That's what they said. Well, what actually happened in the 2016 election? Hillary Clinton had 65 million popular votes. Donald Trump had 62 million. Well, who became the president? That was 2016. Black people take their emotions out of the shit, they will realize these things. Fast forward to 2020. What do they say? Donald Trump is running again. Joe Biden is out. Black people, we need to get out here and vote so Donald Trump don't become the president again. What? Y'all don't remember the 2016 election where Hillary Clinton had more popular votes than him? Now, understand, look at the situation black folks is in now with Joe Biden. Worst possible scenario that could have ever happened. Fucking but yeah, look at that situation. Now that we got Joe Biden as the president, look at the situation black folks is in. Look at the situation the country is in, period. But in particular, look at the situation black folks is in. Joe Biden promised black people a lot of shit. None of it's come through. But see, before we even get to that point, you have to rewind. Yet again, black people need to take their fucking emotions out of politics. Because politically speaking and thinking, Joe Biden track record dictates I don't want that nigga as the president if my popular vote actually meant something. Well, why would you say that? Well, why would you say that? Because Joe Biden is responsible for the 94 crime bill that fucked over a lot of black people with unfair jail sentences. Now, if you think about this shit, when did the topic of it come up that it was a wrong idea out of Joe Biden's mouth specifically. Wasn't until he was on the campaign trail trying to win votes for the president. So you mean to tell me his 8 years as vice president, he didn't mention this? No. And the subsequent 4 years that he was not in the office in any capacity, he didn't mention it? No. But all of a sudden, when he needs to win over black people's votes, he mentions it and shit. Yeah. Black people are so stupid when it comes to fucking politics that they looked at Joe Biden as a better choice to be the president, ignoring his history of calling black people out their names in his younger days. But see, the fact that it was in his younger days, some black people will say, "But oh, see, that was in his younger days." Nobody is the same person they were um 20 years ago. While that may be true, the foundation and the basis of who he is still the same. Said things 20 years ago, whatever, 30 years ago, became the president, vice president, I mean, didn't do nothing to fix his fuck ups that he allegedly he knew he fucked up. Yo, yo, like they said they knew, and pardon me, I don't have the correct time frame, but Joe Biden and his people said in the ABC, NBC town hall, city hall meeting or whatever during the presidential shit, said they knew that they fucked up with the crime bill, but they ain't doing nothing to fix it. This is the man who had allegations against him for sexual misconduct. Black people don't care. Again, I know they allegations. Nothing is, you know, but shit, you, you damn near condemned Donald Trump for having allegations. Why not him? Why not Joe Biden? Joe Biden, and it's funny. Here goes another thing. When Donald Trump was the president, Anthony Weiner laptop was being investigated and shit like that was being looked into. That very thing was being looked into. And Hillary Clinton, didn't she get subpoenaed? But she weaseled her fucking way out of that. But she got subpoenaed for her email scandal. This shit really happened. While Donald Trump was in office, that shit was being investigated. Anthony Weiner laptop being investigated. Black people don't find it strange that when Joe Biden get into the office, we don't hear nothing about that shit for real. Because allegedly he's on Anthony Weiner's laptop. But black people just forgot about that. Hillary Clinton, she fucks with Joe Biden. They're friends. Niggas just don't find it strange that she popped up out of whatever fucking rat hole she was in while Donald Trump was the president. Black people need to take their fucking emotions out of politics. It don't do us no good. It don't do us no good. What good has it gotten us in the past 30 fucking years? I'll wait. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. And it, I find it funny that I live in New York, right? Whack 100 on World Star. There's a video from probably like 2, 3 days ago. He's talking about the mayor and the situation in New York, and he's not even from New York. How the fuck is it that a nigga from the West Coast is talking about my situation over here, but niggas who live here with me in this state, in this city, don't know nothing about it? You go ask, I'm 35. Go ask the average black man, black male, 25 to 35, who the fuck Eric Adams is. Niggas don't know. Niggas probably be like a basketball player or some shit, or actor, singer. It's fucking ridiculous. Eric Adams is about to bring back stop and frisk. Black people being in politics with their fucking emotions have fucked all of us in New York. Black men especially. It's fucked us because we got this nigga Eric Adams in the office. Now, the mayoral elections, allegedly, they do count your vote towards the indecision. You know what I mean? It's only the presidential election that popular vote does not directly influence who becomes president. But black people, great fucking job. Great fucking job. Then picked Eric Adams. Now, we just had snow in New York. Nothing too serious, for a New Yorker, because, we used to this shit. It's nothing too serious, but it was a little hassle. I happened to go out driving that night. Well, the day after, rather. And when I tell you, the areas that are predominantly black, Mexican, Spanish, black, Spanish, Mexican, the areas that ain't white, we didn't see a shovel come through our blocks until a day and a half later. But when I was driving and I go through these little white neighborhoods and shit, where white folks live, the nice areas, they shoot your shovel. Mind you, on his Twitter, Eric Adams is out there in Staten Island shoveling people's yards and shit like that, riding with sanitation, But my streets is fucked up. My streets, you can't even tell if a fucking shovel went through here, because one didn't. Pardon me, I'm lying. It did at like 3 something in the fucking morning, but probably didn't even do too much. I heard it. But Eric Adams is a fucking. We got dog times ahead of us. As a black male, who's 35, who lives in the hood, I'm about to have a rough fucking 4 years dealing with this nigga. He supports stop and frisk. See, black people who voted for this nigga more than likely didn't understand what the fuck was going on with when stop and frisk was happening. Me, I hated that shit because I was a victim of it. Basically, fucking harassment. That's all it was. Alright, chilling, chilling. It was basically fucking harassment. That's all it was. I live 200 yards, if that, from my corner store. It's not a straight shot, but in 3 years during stop and frisk and walking to that store, my corner store from my house, In 3 years, I will guarantee, I would say I've been stopped more than 200 times. Easily, easily. Got to a point where I started wearing, it wasn't too cold. I started wearing the same fucking hoodie so that eventually they would come to recognize, like, it's the same fucking guy we always do. And it worked after like 4 years. But that shit was annoying. I've been this, what they call CCRB, like 4 or 5 times, between 3 and 5 times, give or take. You know what I mean? Guaranteed 3, no more than 5. But that's how many times I've been to that shit. All because of stop and frisk and cops just being fucked up. I had a cop tell me niggas run down on me because I live in a shitty neighborhood. This is a fucking NYPD officer here. No cameras was back then. You feel me? But Eric Adams is a former police captain. So you gotta understand. Shit. He know what's going on. Eric Adams knows what the fuck is the deal and how shit was ran. But he worked his way up to captain and he's the mayor now. You know what that tell me? Personally, a lot of boot licking, a lot of ass and dick and ball sucking on his part. He ain't got no brown nose. He got a brown tongue and mouth. But he supports stop and frisk. He also wants to use facial recognition. He's a fucked up person when you think about him without your fucking emotions for the fucking man. Now, the other candidate for the mayor, the white guy, shit. Until I'm proven wrong, I would have much probably would have. I think he probably would have been the better choice. I think he probably would have. At least with him, a white man being the mayor, I can kind of expect what to not expect. Feel me? I can do that. Because if he's white, I could already be like, all right, he's probably not going to help the hood and do nothing for us. So I'm not expecting nothing. Already setting the bar super low for him. But see, black people in politics, where they fuck up again, they see another black person and just fuck it, I'm going to vote for the black person. That's fucking stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's not the first time black people have done it. We ain't even talk about Obama. We're gonna talk about Kamala Harris. She's the same fucking person like Eric Adams, and like I look at they're in the same fucking group. In the same fucking group. Kamala Harris, real quick, lied through her fucking teeth. Niggas didn't give a fuck. Niggas didn't give a fuck. Fucking Eric Adams, he's a piece of shit. He ain't gonna listen. It's ridiculous. He's a piece of shit. But black people don't give a fuck because they they deal with their emotions in politics, and that's not how you do with politics. But yep, that's what black people did. Fucking but that's how black people do. That's how black people do. Deal with their emotions. when they shouldn't. Politics is not even, that's what I was saying. Politics is not an emotional game. That's not a realm where emotions are good. Emotions in that realm of politics don't do you no good. 8 times out of 10, they don't. Because what black people don't understand, because niggas don't look shit up, is that politics is how, in my opinion, this is how I sum up politics. It's how white men, it's something white men in this country, implemented because they didn't come up with, Congress and shit. That was the Roman. It's something they did to make themselves feel like gentlemen and shit, because we all know they're fucking savages, historically speaking. European white men, historically speaking, have no decency. They don't. They don't. And as a black man living in this country, you can't tell me they don't. They do. Slavery was real, but that's what they implemented so they could feel like gentlemen and shit. So when you step up in that realm, it's not about saying good shit. It's about swaying their mind. You feel me? In a way, you have to play. It's like you have to manipulate. You have to be a good manipulator. You have to be good with words. You got to know how to read the room very well. You feel me? With politics. Because it's a slickster's game. It's some slick shit. Because niggas could write a bill that says, okay, let's say, for example, reparations, because that's always a hot topic. Black people are so stupid, in my opinion, that if they say, all right, you can get reparations, a lot of people aren't going to look into it any further than that. Oh, I can get reparations. I just got to go do this on the website, boom, 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 and they're going to send me a check. A lot of black people won't go read the fine print that says, by getting this reparations, you have just motherfucking given up your citizenship and, all rights thereof. Because politics is slick like that. They slide shit in there like that on the back end of shit. Black people still using their emotions in this shit. Still using their emotions. And it's gotten us no fucking way. It's gotten us no fucking way. Look at where we at right now. Using our emotions. You know what I mean? Where's it gotten? In the past 30 years, we've been involved heavily in politics. Where are we? Where are we at? No fucking way. No goddamn way. Because niggas use their emotions in politics. You think the Asian community moves with motherfucking their emotions? Nothing against the Asian community. But to be fair, if y'all in the Asian community got a crime bill to protect yourselves and members of your community from being attacked and shit like that and being victims of violence, and it's a hate crime. I do believe, by comparison, black people should get that same shit too. I do believe so. Because look, here goes something. In the crime bill, in the pardon me, yeah, in the COVID-19 anti-Asian hate crime bill or something like that. The official example given by Congress for deeming um it necessary to put that bill into play was a man in Georgia went on a shooting spree and he killed 8 people. Of the 8 people, 6 were Asian. And I believe he was going from massage parlors or whatever, Asian establishments. He went from one to another. Okay, cool. I dig that. But Dylan Roof went to a well-known black church and killed 10 people. All 10 were black. One of them was a sitting senator. He was the senator of the fucking state. He was in office at the time of his death. We didn't get no crime bill. Well, what's the difference? The Asian community got together and more than likely put some money towards this shit. But see, they also have an advantage that we as black people don't have in this country. Majority of us. Majority of us don't have the luxury of having a country to back us, such as China or Japan, South Korea, Philippines. You know what I mean? We don't have that. So that's why I gave them that. Because black people, we could have had one. But black people are so fucking stupid and ignorant in the realm of politics that niggas don't even know the process. Niggas don't know that we ourselves can gather up the numbers and have a petition going around to where the government has no choice because they're here to serve us, the people, allegedly. Now, if we get the numbers up and they don't hear it, then that's just another example of what we know it is. But that would be hopefully the last fucking example that niggas need to see. But I'm quite sure it won't because niggas is just retarded in politics. Retarded. The vice president, Kamala Harris, lied about a whole bunch of shit. Her father is a professor at Stanford University. He's a professor of economics at Stanford University. Kamala Harris' father is. After her Breakfast Club interview, he made a public statement basically shaming her and disassociating himself and from her because she's out here lying about shit. He said in his letter or his statement, he's sure his mother and aunts are turning in their graves listening to her bullshit because she was talking about on the Breakfast Club. Come on, what you talking about? My family Jamaican. Of course I know what and he was like, that's a fucking lie. We not like that. We didn't raise like that. She didn't come up around that shit. Understand her mother has a master's degree or PhD also. Like when she was running that pandering because she's half Jamaican from her father. But see, thing about Caribbean folk, a lot of people don't know if they don't be around, if they've never lived around them or mingled with them to a certain degree is older Caribbean folks, Jamaican in particular, that's her, older Jamaicans, they don't, they don't, what's the name? They don't fuck around with that shit. They don't smoke. They don't, nah, they shun that shit. But it is what it is, though. That's my spell on it. Black folks need to take their fucking emotions out of politics. Don't do us no good.